even just a couple of like customized characters that people just made up for no reason. But that means you can play Homer Simpson versus Goku or versus, I don't know, some random anime character.
You're telling me you can't think of anything in pop culture? You just fucking said I don't know after you listed two people.
Yeah, Homer Simpson and Goku. Those are the only people I know.
You can have the fucking Stay Puft Marshmallow fighting Gizmo from the goddamn Gremlins. If you
or
really
Scorpion from Mortal Kombat, or Ryu
fucking
from
Squidward.
Street Fighter, or SpongeBob. Yeah,
fucking you're a kid, you're a squid. You're a kid, you're a squid.
Mario. Probably even the Inklings are in this game. So anyway, all day long for 24 hours a day, Salty Bet is streaming. You can see them on Twitch, or you can go on their website.
So what I was doing, I was actually streaming the Twitch stream to my TV, and me and my buddy were betting on our phones. It was kind of annoying that you can't be on the same Wi-Fi and bet with two separate accounts. It's kind of stupid. I don't know why. Yeah, it's really dumb.
So you have to be on your own phone network. Oh, probably because they don't want people betting.
Yeah, but that's so stupid. Like that would be that's lame. Whatever. Anyway, so I got up to $50,000 within like a week and a half, which I was so happy about. And then it's fake money again. Every time I tell people it's fake money, they go, "Well, I'm not that interested." I'm like, "Okay, you fucking gambling addict piece of shit. It's still fun. It's especially fun for drinking."
It is fun.
So I am a little. I had some drinks over the weekend. I went to go see a show, and then I come back and we're hanging out. Jake is there. And I go, okay, whatever. I'm going to bet $250 real quick on this fucking match. I meant to bet $250. I push bet, and then he goes, dude, it says $25,000. And I go, what? Oh, fuck, let me change it. And literally, it was the countdown had already stopped. I bet $25,000 on this fucking character. It's the shittiest character. And if he would have won, I would have won $125,000. I fucking lost. Just like that, half my money was gone.
Damn.
But I can tell you now, I'm all the way back up to 39,000 again. So.
I think I'm at like 700.
Yeah, I've yet to let me also say this: if you bet all in, you lose all your money. You go back to that $125. I've yet to go back to the 125. The closest I got was whenever I fucking lost 25,000 by accident. God damn, I'm so pissed about that. But I mean, I made up 15,000 in like a day by betting some really good shit on the tournaments. The tournaments are where I make my most money, I think.
We were really pissed though because he was texting me this as I was like boarding the plane. So I was like reading this article like while they're telling us how to escape a plane if it's crashing. And the guy next to me was actually telling me about how he was on a plane, he was deployed, and he came back to the United States, and then he was deployed again. And on his way to Afghanistan, the plane went nosedive, like straight down.
What?
For like a couple minutes, and everyone was freaking the fuck out. And then he said the plane just leveled out and everyone just acted like it didn't happen. And he's like, and people were doing some crazy shit, he said.
What type of crazy shit?
I don't know. I think they were just like running around the plane, like screaming and crying and fucking going into weird survival mode.
I don't know why you told that fucking story.
Well, anyway, because I was boarding the plane, and that's the guy I was sitting next to. So he was telling me that shit. And then, like, between our conversations, I would just kind of, like, go on my phone. But, like, anyway, it was when I still had service. So you had sent me the article about Salty Bets and Mugen and everything. And I was like, damn it. You know, I just missed
and now you're going to die in an airplane. Is that what you're thinking?
Right.
Oh, I was.
Well,
you got real fucking. I didn't know where you were going with this. I thought you were gonna be like, oh yeah. And then this guy I was sitting next to on a plane goes, I do salty bets all the time. Not, I almost fucking died. And everybody was masturbating on the fucking plane together.
Right. So that was all going on, and that's fine and whatever.
Oh, by the way, a quick update. We're down to 673,000 people. I am still currently not banned from this subreddit.
Nice.
I'm gonna keep checking though every 5 minutes, but I hope I get banned at some point during this cast, but I have a feeling I'm not. It's going to be too late.
Yeah.
I'll
either way, you're going to be in a subreddit that's closed to everyone else, so that's cool.
Yeah.
So, okay. What were we talking about?
I have no idea.
Okay, so I was boarding the plane. The guy was telling me these weird stories. It was great. And So then I was just like, well, fuck. Because we played games while we were out, and we like went out and we had good times. But that would have been some fun to have one night where we just like...
Dude, we could have done it at the bar even on our phones. Because okay, so if you go to Salty About on your phone,
Right.
it'll still show you the Twitch stream on your phone, but I would just have it up on the TV so it's easier to watch with friends on the couch
Sure.
and just bet from my phone.
Sure.
So it was so much fun.
The Switch doesn't have YouTube on it, does it?
Not yet.
Or a browser at all?
I mean, but why? Oh, I see what you're saying. You could put it on the Switch and just bet. I mean, I would just bet it on your phone. I don't want to run down the battery on the Switch. Plus, yeah, I just wouldn't want to run down the battery. Stop making me run down my fucking battery, Fred!
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Don't apologize. Think for one fucking second.
I'd rather not.
I used to mumble a lot, by the way, and I'm not saying I don't anymore, but I do feel like this podcast has helped me enunciate a little bit better. And for that, I thank you, genies.
We're changing lives.
I just mumbled into saying genies just then. I'll blame the wine for that.
Genies.
Thank you, genies. Like genies.
Genies are listening.
You like some wine, genies? 'Cause I gave you some
Rachel, are you a genie?
wine. You asking your fucking...
You are.
Okay, I'm
Did she say, I know you are?
Yeah.
Sure. Does she know I am? Oh, actually, let her know that you fucked up the word of the day.
I fucked up word of the day.
You did?
Yep.
How?
He talked about a rocket launch.
Ryan tricked me into talking about the Fortnite event that happened last week where the rocket launches.
But the word wasn't launched.
I'm good
Yes,
like
it
that.
was.
I'm good like that. What is her reaction?
When would launch because you suggested it, and I thought it would be nice.
Yeah, so we'll tell her she's to blame for your
So
inferiority.
you're to blame.
For your inferiority.
For my inferiority.
There you go. Anyway, we got one more topic to talk about, which is the one that you really want to talk about, and I love it. I want to discuss this stuff. I want to talk about it. This episode might go over a little bit, but it's not going to be like the hour and a half episodes from last week. It'll probably be like an hour and 10, if anything.
So, back in the old days, when PlayStation was around, people were doing things to try to get a lot of attention.
PlayStation's still around. Just want to point that out.
The original PlayStation.
Okay.
Or PlayStation 2. So, Rockstar, makers of GTA, in the first GTA and the second GTA, there were some themes in there that were kind of like shock value kind of things. There was swearing and a lot of killing and mass murder.
Pegging was a big part of it.
And actually, a big thing in GTA was going on a killing spree. That was a big thing. You would like get an item that would just like give you like a crazy gun and infinite health, and you would just run around and you get extra points for killing as many people as possible. And those people were just regular people standing around. They weren't enemies. So, PlayStation 2, 2002, they come out with a game called State of Emergency.
I bought this day of release, I remember, and I had to have my grandmother buy it for me. They were very strict about it.
Yeah. So...
Well, you bought a day of release, and this is before we even met each other. Look at that. We've never talked about this game before in our lives until you mentioned it yesterday.
Right. So, the cover of this game is... I don't even know. What is this guy?
Let me look at the cover. I remember it so... Oh, yeah! And that's one of the guys you can play as, right?
Right.
Yeah, he's definitely like he's a Vato. He's a Vato for sure.
So it's
And
like
I'm
a
Mexican, so I can say
super
that.
stereotype.
Very stereotyped. Dude looks like he's from fucking Houston, Texas, though, for sure. And I'm from there, so I'm from there and I'm Mexican, so I can say that.
Gold chains, rings,
sunglasses,
do-rag.
a shitty goatee that was popular, made by Fred Durst.
Right.
And a fucking... it looks like a backwards red hat like Fred Durst, but I think it's actually a beanie. It actually might be a backwards hat. This motherfucker is like a fatter version of Fred Durst. Let me look. I can't tell if it's a backwards hat or like a do-rag. I remember having the white dude with the samurai sword and like the fucking Hawaiian shirt all the time. I played as him.
Uh-huh. So just to give you some background, this game is like the story supposedly is based on the government being overtaken by like a radical group of people named Freedom. They're like a resistance group. And it's in like a police state. So there's like police everywhere, right? And they stage a national riot And so like the premise of this game, when you like start a level in this game, people are just running around like frantically.
Yeah, like in a shopping mall or something, right?
All sorts of places. Yeah, shopping mall is one of them. And there are police everywhere, and you have to like escort people from place to place. But like a big part of this game is shooting. And a lot of the time you're shooting just the people in the
like
riot, like the civilians.
How you described it, I won't take your spotlight. Go ahead and say what you said to me yesterday. Do you remember what you said to me?
Oh, so the majority of the time you're actually committing mass shootings.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So in 2002, when it was fine to just make whatever for shock value and it didn't really matter.
Oh, and this was Rockstar, too. That was why I bought it, because they're like, the makers of GTA 3, because I think this was before, or maybe right around GTA Vice City or something.
Right.
But I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. There are 5 people in this game.
I played the shitload of it and just murdered people for fun.
Yeah.
I didn't turn out like a murderer, though, so I guess that's okay.
Same. I mean, 700,000 copies of this game were sold. I still have it in storage.
I don't think I have mine anymore. It is crazy. Like, you would not be able to make this game in 2018, though, ever.
No. Ever.
And same with that. Well, and that's why I want to talk about another game. But and they did make one sequel. They made State of Emergency 2. I did not play that one, unfortunately, because here's the thing. I was really excited about State of Emergency because I was like, oh, it's going to be a crazier GTA. It was not. It was not. No. And I was actually
It's like very arcadey, like fun for the first couple hours.
And then that's about it. Yeah.
Like third person, action shooter.
At the time, I remember putting hours into it, though, so I guess I had fun, but I feel like some of it might have been forced fun.
Yeah, I think the same. It was like for like, the first few hours. I mean, I probably played it for like 3 days and was like, this game's crazy. And then I was like, okay, like that wears off once you realize there's not really anything going on.
Yeah, nothing else to really do. Manhunt, was that made by Rockstar as well? I want to say Manhunt was made by Rockstar. Manhunt was the first game I remember growing up. I believe that was on the original PlayStation. If not, it was on PlayStation 2. But I think it was on PlayStation 2. That was the first game that was banned, that I remember being like banned in certain countries or like super censored. Because you play as a inmate escapee that like does crazy brutal fucking murders.
Well, so anyway, to confirm, yes, this game was made by Rockstar. But as far as I know, this game is about not just a guy committing murders like randomly. I'm pretty sure that the plot is that you're in a game show where you have to kill people and everyone's always on camera. That's why like a lot of the shots in this game look like they're like on camcorders and
I see
shit.
what you're saying.
Right.
This one could get possibly made again today, but you can do brutal murders on video games nowadays, but you have to be smart about it. You can't just be super grotesque, and especially not in like a sexual nature. Right? I'm trying to think like what you can and cannot get away with nowadays. So they couldn't make a Manhunt 3, which if they did that, I would buy it if it was worth the fuck. You couldn't do a Manhunt 3 and make it super like sexual gore or anything like that. That just would not be allowed in 2018.
Well, what's that game that just came out that's in hell that didn't do very well? See, I wonder if the bad scores on that was because of some of the PC culture we're in now. And I'm not commenting on that. It is what it is. Like that's just what the society we live in. But I wonder if some of the backlash to that game and why it got such bad reviews was because it did, even for me, and I'm not offended by much. I was like, holy fuck. There's like, you can just What was the name of that game again?
Agony. You can just go around and like slit babies, demon babies, like little throats, or like you're in hell. And there's just babies crawling around. You can just go up there and slit their throats or like break their necks. You actually like sexually assault a demon in the fucking game. Like it is fucked. Right. It's like Sephiroth. I'm like, I wouldn't even have that much fun playing this at all. So I'm not offended by much, and that doesn't really offend me as far as just being like, that's a bad fucking idea in the world we live in now. I would never put my name on a fucking game like that in 2018. I mean, I would have had reservations of putting shit like that 10 or 20 years ago. Anyway, but brutal murder, I don't really have a problem with because some of that is just, I mean, that's part of
if you
GTA's
think of like
appeal.
Friday the 13th, the video game, like you're hunting
Yeah.
helpless teenagers for no reason. They're just camping.
Yeah,
And
but you're
like
not doing any
spying on
weird
them,
sexual
and
stuff,
then
and you're not killing
capturing
babies.
them, and you're killing them for no reason.
You're not killing babies, and you're not sexually assaulting these teenagers. That's the difference between a game like Agony and a game like Friday the 13th. Also,